The relationship that we have between Australia and China is our most important trading relationship.
But you know what's more important? The relationship between our people.
It's election time. Politicians are trying to win votes from every corner of Australia. And this year, the Chinese community is getting renewed attention.
Chinese Australian community is something to celebrate every single day of the year.
Those from migrant communities, but particularly from the Chinese backgrounds who want to work hard, who are small business people, who want to keep more of what they earn, they are the values of the Liberal Party.
As Anthony Albanese and Peter Dutton fight to become Prime Minister, all eyes are on two key electorates, Menzies and Chisholm. So why are they so important? What issues will sway the election? And are Chinese Australians convinced politicians genuinely care about their community or just their votes? Chinese Australians played a key role in the last election. The swing against the Liberal Party was notably large in electorates with a high concentration of Chinese Australian voters. In the top 15 seats by Chinese ancestry, the swing was 6.6% compared to 3.7% in other seats. The seats of Menzies and Chisholm have the highest percentage of Chinese Australian voters of any electorates in Australia, and they are crucial electoral battlegrounds. Linda Bakassi has lived in Box Hill South for 5 years, but the mother of two is concerned about the rising costs of childcare and everyday essentials.
Everything's just so expensive now, so think about my children a lot as well, whether they're going to survive in the future if this cost of living crisis isn't sorted out. In terms of the childcare, like not only the cost, it's also the quality of the childcare. It's already very expensive.
Linda's view is far from unique, and these concerns will likely determine how people vote on election day.
Oh my God, it's so expensive. I can't afford this one.
We're not really poor, but we feel poor.
这种家庭，这个工作时间都要去延长。
房子的价钱，就下一辈基本上很难买得起房子。
When we talk about Chinese Australians, it's important to remember it is not a unified group. They come from different parts of the world, speaking various dialects, and have very unique immigration stories. Their views and their votes are just as diverse. There's a Chinese proverb, shop around before making decisions. That's how many Chinese Australians approach politics, carefully considering the options instead of pledging loyalty to just one party.
我觉得华人社区关心的问题和其他的社区并没有很大的不同。生活成本的问题、孩子上学的问题、住房的问题、医疗的问题、Medicare 的问题、养老的问题，我觉得他们很多的大陆来的移民，很多的华人移民都是第一代移民。第一代移民和一个很普遍的问题都是他们很关心澳洲和自己祖籍国的关系。
For Chinese Australian voters, the relationship with China is almost always on their minds. What's a particular challenge is that they're not willing necessarily to take the parties on face value. They're not being told how to vote by their parents. I think it is really important to remember how willing Chinese Australian voters are to punish candidates and governments that they don't feel are talking to them.
这个媒体9号台、7号台。
Ray Gu, who arrived from China more than 30 years ago, shares a similar sentiment.
中国有句哲学语言是很好，叫和而不同。你政界观念不同，不影响你做贸易，对吧？你不要为了这个政界的看法不一样，把贸易大门给关掉。
Many others we spoke to shared similar views. 您觉得澳中关系是一个非常重要的话题吗？对您来说？
当然了，没有中国的支持，澳洲早就要倒下去了。
所以现在中美关系反正现在是一个很暧昧的状态。澳洲很明显是也在观望着他们的态度，所以他们应该会考虑会对中国人就是会更多的会靠拢他们。
Candidates from both electorates are pulling out all stops to connect with local Chinese Australian communities. They're hosting pub events like this.
We have restored dialogue.
Handing out translated pamphlets and even taking conversations online. Some are on Chinese social media platforms, despite the risk of censorship. This is all part of the race to win votes.
为了这次大选，在处理对华关系的时候都非常小心地谈论这个话题。我觉得澳大利亚的对华关系一直都是华人，或者说华裔选民关心的问题。但相对来说，今年可能会比2022年那个稍微好一些。
There's another important shift in this election, and that is the boundaries of these two key electorates have been redrawn. As a result, some voters are now part of a different electorate, which could have a significant impact on the election results. Liberal MP Keith Wallenham won the seat of Menzies with the mere 0.7% margin at the 2022 election. A redistribution in electoral boundaries has given the Labour Party a better chance to win, now contested by Labour's candidate Gabrielle Ng. It is no surprise then the Liberals will attempt to reclaim the neighbouring electorates of Chisholm, which they lost to Labour's Karina Garland at the last election.
They want to see a strong leader who's also compassionate and someone who cares, but they want to be able to be sure that when someone says they're going to do it, that that's what they will do.
According to the ABC election analyst Anthony Green, the redistribution improves Liberals' chance of defeating Labour's MP Karina Garland, who holds the seat by a margin of 6.4%.
If the analysts were all correct last time, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you as the member for Chisholm. Yet here we are. So all I can do is work as hard as I can, not take a vote, not take a moment for granted.
With redrawn boundaries and the power of Chinese Australian voters, the battle for Menzies and Chisholm could be key in deciding who forms Australia's next government.